the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Ms. Munger, can we get a roll call, please?
Mrs. DeLong is absent.
All right. And do we have any audience participation for this meeting? We do not. Okay, so item number 5 is a resolution to consider the designation of electoral representative for the June 7th, 2021 MISD biennial election. And what we are looking for is a designee and an alternate to attend. It's actually not a meeting, but a stop-in pass election at the ISD building on June 7th between the hours of 4 and 7.
They usually have good cookies. I'm not going, but they usually have good cookies.
I'll go. I'll drop it off.
I'm up north, so I will.
Okay, so we have Liz willing to be our representative. Do we have an alternate?
I'll do the alternate.
Okay, and Amy. Okay, and can somebody put that into motion format for me?
I move to nominate Liz Munger as the primary and Amy Thomas August as the alternate. Support.
All right, Joshua and Daniel. And since we are in person, we're gonna go with not a roll call vote unless it's required, which I don't think it is. It is. We're gonna go with a roll call vote, just in case. All right, Ms. Munger, please.
Mrs. Thomas August. Aye. Mrs. Greg Polly.
Aye.
Mrs. Munger. Aye. Mr. Densler.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
And Mrs. Bartle.
Aye. All right, and that takes us through our special meeting, I guess we'll call it. I need a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Okay, Daniel and Mr. Ziegler, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we
Is it
are,
the same Google Meet link for everything?
yes, it is. Okay.
Sorry.
All right, so we are adjourned and we will resume our regular board meeting at 7:30.
Should actually be on that. shouldn't it? Right. How'd you give him a head start?
I-
What's that?
All right. Oh, that's so
Yeah, that's a
loud.
good shot.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Lakeshore Board of Education meeting, Monday, May 24th, 2021. And if you join me with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, and a roll call, Ms. Munger.
Mrs. DeLong is absent.
Okay. And I believe we have some audience participation tonight. Is Laura on the phone, on the call? Laura? Okay. You're with us. You can go ahead. Please state your name and address. Pardon me?
Oh, she needs to unmute. Laura, if you can hear, you need to unmute your phone.
By pressing *6.
Okay. Hi, I'm sorry about that. My name is Laura. I live at 2300 Diesel, St. Clair Shores, right 082.
Okay, Laura, you can go ahead.
Okay. So I'm a mother of a 10th grade student who I've raised since birth. My child's father and co-parent has taken this COVID virtual learning and ran with it. I have now gone almost 6 months with no communication with my daughter, court ordered several times, and he keeps denying me. And then I get counselor confirmation that not one of her teachers has seen her face in months. How do you know the child is actually doing the work if they're allowing the cameras to be off in every single class for months at a time?
And Laura, I'm sorry, what building is your child in?
Lakeshore.
Lakeshore, the high school?
Well, she's doing virtual right now, but the teachers are allowing her to do camera off. So I don't even know if it's my daughter doing her work. I haven't been able to have any communication. My ex has totally alienated me from my own child's life. And then the counselor confirmed that not one of the teachers has seen her face in months.
Okay. Due to the private nature of your concern, can I have staff from the high school or the superintendent's office, if necessary, get a hold of you to discuss your issues?
Yes, I've spoken to Amanda from the counselor's office. I'm unsure of the last name. She's the one that told me that she reached out to all the teachers and asked specifically that, and she confirmed that not one of her teachers has seen her face in months.
Okay. All right. We will definitely look into that and get back with you. It's really not something that I want to go too in depth with in the public forum that we are, but you will get a call back from Lakeshore staff. And certainly if there's any issues, you are welcome to get a hold of the board again or me directly.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. And that is our only call. Okay. All right. We'll move on to agenda item number 5, the superintendent's report.
Thank you. I just have a handful of things I want to make certain that the board is aware of and give an opportunity for any questions that you might have. First, in regards to our ongoing pursuit of recovery and how we continue to move kids along, you'll see in front of you tonight, Rochelle and her department have put together a variety of learning packs that we'll be sending home with kids over the course of the summer, in addition to the course offerings that kids are now able to, I think actually went live today. So
we can't keep the chalk.
You could, no, actually. We're very excited about the opportunities that the kids will have. We're hoping that that they get engaged. Here, but again, the idea behind this is engagement, and while we will see, I believe, many schools rush to really hit content hard, I think the process is as important, if not more important, than obviously having kids access the content. But Rochelle, do you want to share a little bit about what they have in front of them and a little bit about the course offerings that we have?
Yes. Okay, so let's start with what's in front of you. These are not complete, but our partners Learning Gizmos continues to work with us. It's really difficult to get materials right now. And so our focus was to provide students a little bit of academics. We don't want to see a lot of summer slide in addition to pandemic. But we also know that learning is not just workbooks and it's not just math and reading, right? It is other ways that we learn. So we worked with, at the elementary level, what we consider our specials teachers. So in every grade level, you will find a different musical instrument that your child is going to receive. So in kindergarten, they have wooden egg shakers. And in first grade, they have wooden maracas. Who got the third grade bag? No, third grade bag. Kurt, I think you have the third grade bag.
Second.
Oh, second.
No, you got it.
Okay, sorry, I was wrong.
Okay, second.
Kurt, can you pick that out? This is my favorite thing of all. So our music teachers at the elementary, I'm muted too.
I just muted too. So our music teachers at the elementary suggested a musical instrument for each grade level. Kurt, what you have right now is a frog whistle. So if you take that stick and you run it across the back of the frog, it makes a rivet noise. And if you move them in different ways, then they have frog noises. So our elementary teachers really put together, everyone has jump ropes. We do a jump rope per heart. We have a STEAM toy for every grade level. So kindergarten and first grade have Picasso, magnetic tiles. Second through fourth grade get makey-makeys. Fifth grade, who is the fifth grade bag? The fifth grade bag, that is our special group moving to middle school. They have a mini Sphero. And our STEAM teachers at elementary use the makey-makeys and the Spheros in the classroom. So students will already have ideas of what they can do with those things. We also have art kits. Every student K-12 is getting an art kit. So if you're K-5, you get the really colorful one. If you're secondary, you get the white with the red, very lakeshore. And inside of these is just like the cool art kits that you see with pencils and crayons and paints and cool stuff like that. Our high school art teacher is going to put together a video of an exploration of how you might use these different art materials to create over the summer. The high school and middle school students will also get a gratitude journal. They're really excited about that, and counselors and social workers will be doing some work over social media with that. We have special ones for our MOSI and MySci students that help them keep track of their days and help them write some writing goals. Middle school will also get STEAM toys, if you will. 6th and 7th grade have Sphero musical rooms. And then our 8th graders will all do drone. And we started the drone program a couple of years ago. So these are smaller than what they normally use. There is a book for everybody at elementary. At middle school and high school, they were given choice books. So the library media specialists worked with them to find a book to choose. So they got to choose what book they wanted. So we're just really excited to have those learning opportunities, be very creative and get them out and moving and having fun. In addition to that, we have academic camps. So K through 5, we have programs available. Your principal and teacher should be contacting you if your student has been recommended for those. And then we also have enrichment. everything from Friday hiking clubs to go to different trails along the metro area, to a drama program that is 3rd through 12th grade that will culminate in a great presentation for us. There are things like disc golf and Crazy Eights math camps and pretty much endless, all kinds of offerings. There are baseball camps, and kiddos are going to be getting gloves and bats and everything they need. So for a lot of these programs, if there are things that our families have not been able to participate in because they don't have the means to get the supplies to do them, we are able to provide all of that even for our athletic opportunities. So we're hoping that families will look at the communication that went out today and the links. Feel free to reach out to my office or your building, and registration is open. We really, for programming purposes, if you could let us know by like June 13th, that would be really helpful, but we know summer is always a challenge in our calendar now. So whenever you decide you're ready, please reach out and register.
Thank you. So the general theme is to get the kids to unplug, to get them to be creative, and just get them back involved and get them away from the computer a little bit. So you get an idea of what that looks like here. The only other thing that are any questions from the board on this component of recovery?
This is open to all the students, right?
Absolutely.
Not just,
All of the students,
Yep.
correct. Yeah, we have programming for GSRP up through 12th grade, and our summer, our childcare also has summer programming. So don't forget to check out that camp also.
I have a quick question, and I know we're ahead of the 8 ball on this, but just when we get out of a COVID environment, it seems like these are kind of great ways that we have to just keep our kids engaged outside of school hours. Have we begun thinking about or talking about providing opportunities and experiences and enrichment like this in the post-COVID, like incorporating that into our standard operations and what we provide for our
Dr.
kids?
DePonio and I have had those conversations since I came on board.
So obviously the hurdle that we've always faced is budgetary, and with ESSER funds and the recovery efforts, it's given us this opportunity. And, we started that back early spring by offering kids opportunities to come in. We would certainly love to continue that. We think that it's a huge asset for the kids' development. So it is a priority and something that I would anticipate we'd continue figuring out a way to make it work for sure. Yep.
Josh,
The other part of that is I am so grateful that the reason we're able to offer these programs is because our teachers, with everything that they've given over the past 15 months, they're still willing to create and lead these programs. So once again, in Lakeshore, we're able to do this because as tirelessly as they've worked, they're still willing to carry on and give it even more. So really the creation of these learning opportunities for kids at home and the extended enrichment, all is because our staff is willing to put that together and do that for our kids.
Sure. So finally, the last comment I just wanted to make. First, congratulations to our Teachers of the Year that'll be honored here momentarily. And I think it's so fitting that on this day, as we kind of wrap up this particular school year, which has been just a monumental struggle for everyone. It's been tough for our families. It's been tough for our teachers. It's been tough on our kids. It's interesting that here we are back outside where we started some of these discussions last spring on how we would make it through this school year. And regardless of the struggles that I think we faced, which we certainly did, something that I think everyone should be proud of is they were willing to give a little bit of their own particular beliefs and how things should possibly be handled this way or that way, and protect the civility and decency that to me has been a hallmark of Lakeshore Public Schools. No one was going to get through this without struggles. But when it's all said and done, the ability for us to be able to continue to work together, to not resent or have hard feelings, I feel like we're in a real good place, and it's in no small part to the many people that have worked so tirelessly all year long. And certainly, the Board of Education demonstrating that civility and decency with difficult discussions, I think kind of sets the tone for everything. So just on behalf of the staff and actually on behalf of the board, thank you to our staff and our teachers and everything that's been done. And on behalf of our staff and our community, to the board, thank you for your leadership to get us through this tough time. We still probably have a little bit of work left to do, but I think we're in a good position to bounce back. So that's it.
All right. Agenda item 6A, outstanding 2021 Outstanding Teachers of the Year, Dr. Lewis.
Thank you. Although we certainly commend the efforts of all of our teachers, we are honoring the following teachers who were selected by their colleagues for this 2020-2021 school year as Outstanding Teachers of the Year in their building. Representing the elementary, Noelle Flezar, third grade teacher at Masonic Heights Elementary. Deborah Wilson, first grade teacher at Rogers Elementary. Ann Lynch, first grade teacher at Violet Elementary. Jessica Turner, counselor, Kennedy Middle School. And Jacqueline Phillips, math teacher at Lakeshore High School.
All right.
Applause, yes.
Yeah, am I not sure? Yeah, I'm not. Honestly, after, sorry, Dr. DePonio's words and Dr. Lewis's words, this year is unlike any other. And honestly, a little round of applause just doesn't cut it. Like if I could do cartwheels for you, that's what I would do, but you wouldn't want to see that happen. So, I mean, honestly, it's just to excel in this particular year is extra amazing. So thank you so very much.
Congratulations.
All right. Agenda item 7A, the consent agenda.
The Teachers of the Year don't get apples
Sorry.
this year. Oh man, you guys got shorted.
Oh, yes,
They do.
the apples are on the way. Yes, the apples are on the
That
way.
means Dr. Lewis forgot to order them.
Oh.
No.
They will be delivered tomorrow, and not for the benefit of those who are not able to see our Teachers of the Year that were able to make it out tonight. We have Noelle Flezar and Deb Wilson. So let's give them another round of applause for coming and joining us tonight. Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
Well
Thank
All right.
All right. Agenda item 7A, the consent agenda. Can we get a motion to approve?
Support.
All right. Motion by Mr. Colling and supported by Mr. Densler. Any comments or questions? All right. Let's just stick with the roll calls, Ms. Munger.
Okay. Mr. Densler?
Aye.
Mrs. DeLong is absent. Mr. Ziegler?
Aye.
Mr. Colling?
Aye.
Mrs. Munger, aye. Mrs. Bartle?
Aye.
And Mrs. Thomas August?
Aye.
All right. Agenda item 7B is the personnel report. Again, Dr. Lewis.
Thank you. Move to approve the following personnel report. Non-unit, move to accept the retirement of Richard Pop, Dean of Students at Lakeshore High School. His retirement is effective June 30th, 2021 at the end of the day after 5 years of dedicated service to Lakeshore. Move to accept the resignation of Misty Blazing, payroll benefits, central administration, resignation effective May 21st, 2021. AFSCME Local 1217, move to accept the retirement of Deborah Winkle, bus driver, maintenance and operation. Her retirement is effective July 31st, 2021, after 37 years of service. Lakeshore Federation of Support Staff, move to approve the employment of Jessica Hall, lunchroom recess monitor at Masonic Heights Elementary, effective May 3rd, 2021. And the Lakeshore Federation of Teachers, Local 1465, move to accept the retirement of Emily Tibbs, elementary art teacher, Rogers Violet Elementary, retirement effective May 1st, 2021, after 21 years of service.
So moved. Support.
All right. Motion by Mr. Densler, supported by Mr. Conling. Anyone with comments or questions?
37 years.
Right.
That is amazing.
Yes, we are privileged. Yes, we're privileged to be joined by Deb, who, yes, after 37 years of service and still several runs to go here over the next couple of months. And you just think about the number of students that she has touched by bringing to school. Happy face every morning over the years. It's just amazing. So we commend you, Deb, for your years of service, and we thank you. Another round of applause. In addition, we do have a couple of other retirees. Our one who is yet to retire, but Mr. Pop, who is watching us here tonight. We thank him for his service. And of course, special recognition to Emily Timms, who is retired from Lakeshore after 21 years of faithful, dedicated, impactful service. So thank you, Emily.
Yeah, I just want to really quickly just say something. In particular, we've got a lot of amazing folks on this personnel report, and these are getting more and more bittersweet as we're seeing people leave. But I just have to call out Emily Timms as just one of the just exemplifies, I think, the best of us, of all of our educators and all of our staff. She was a phenomenal and caring teacher and leader for the district. And just made an impact on so many people, like everyone on this personnel report did. But I really just, I didn't get to, I wasn't on the board too long working with Emily, but I know that she made an incredible impact and was such an exceptional educator, and her legacy is going to continue to live on for our staff and our students for quite some time. So I just wanted to give her a little special shout out real quick.
Agreed. It seems that no matter what their role is, somebody connects with some student. And, we talk about Teacher of the Year, and sometimes it focuses just on teachers, but I know you've all heard my story before, that one of my favorite people from a school personnel was food service at Avon Elementary when there was an Avon. And so whether you're a bus driver or, any role, even in central office, and our kids see you guys, no matter who you are in the district, you've got that opportunity to connect with the kid. And it doesn't always have to be their classroom teacher that makes that connection and that motivates them. So I really appreciate the input of everybody that makes Lakeshore the unique place that we are. As far as Miss Timms, I too wanted to say, her impact on me, I will always remember her speaking to our staff at the start of the school year, and she was so motivational to a room full of adults. It wasn't that we were students, but that to me was one of her greatest impacts at Lakeshore Schools, and I know there were so many. So kind of echo Josh's words, but thank you for everybody that makes us uniquely Lakeshore. Anyone else?
I have a question for you, George. When people resign, do we do exit interviews to find out?
Yes, we do.
What we can improve on,
in addition to exit interviews, I do send out a survey to all of our retirees, anyone who's resigned, giving them an opportunity to provide feedback, and we evaluate that. We analyze that every year so that we can continue to keep the Lakeshore legacy moving forward with new staff that are coming into the district because we're always looking at ways to be better.
Okay. And Josh, they're retiring because you're getting older.
I know.
All right. If no one else has some comments, then Ms. Munger.
Mrs. Thomas August.
Aye.
Mrs. Bartle.
Aye.
Mrs. Munger, aye. Mr. Colling.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mrs. DeLong is absent, and Mr. Densler.
Aye.
Not switching for me.
All right. And as soon as I get caught up here, agenda item 7C. Recommendation to approve a one-year extension to the food service contract. Mr. Baselli.
Yes, so the one-year extension to the current food food service management contract. MDE requires districts to renew its food service contract annually. It's a standard contract. All contract terms are approved by MDE. And the major items of the renewal is a 1% increase in management fee and administrative fee for Chartwells, which is reasonable in light of the 3.9% consumer price index increase for December 2020. The food service management contract has been out for the 2019-20 school year. So this is the second renewal year we have. This current year, 2021, was the first renewal year. Overall, even though the food service fund was adversely affected by the COVID-19 shutdown, it made a profit in 2019-20. It continues to have a healthy fund balance of approximately 23% or $296,000 at June 30th of 2020. Overall, the programs run well, no compliance issues, so the recommended action is to approve the one-year extension of the food service management contract with Chartwells for the 2021-22 school year. For now.
Thank you. Motion?
So moved.
Support. Motion by Mr. Ziegler, support by Mr. Denzler. Anyone with comments or questions?
Just a shout out to the inimitable Tina Lawrence and of course our wonderful producer staff. Great job for us.
And for the community. You over the past year, I believe we supplied meals to the whole community. Throughout 110,000. And all your
All right. Ms. Munger?
Mrs. Bartle. Mr. Colling. Mrs. DeLong is absent. Mr. Denzler. Mrs. Munger, aye. Mrs. Thomas August.
Aye.
And Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
All right. Agenda item 7D, confirmation of the COVID-19 learning plan for the 2021 school year. Ms. Weinkoop.
There is no change to the delivery of instruction, and as required to report on two-way communication, which we are using in lieu of official attendance. 3 of the weeks at 88% two-way communication, and 1 week at 90%. So we continue to have be connected to our students and see a high level of two-way communication, ensuring that we're staying connected.
All right. Motion, please.
Support.
All right. Motion by Mr. Collins, support by Ms. Munger. Any comments or questions? My only comment is I look forward to this no longer being an agenda item. It's coming someday soon. I'm hopeful. All right. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Munger, aye. Mr. Colling.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mrs. Bartle. Mrs. Thomas August.
Aye.
Mr. Denzler.
Aye.
And Ms. DeLong is absent.
All right. Agenda item 7E, Lakeshore High School course edition on cybersecurity. Ms. Weinkoop.
Oh, this is the exciting stuff. So I am going to recommend the approval of the addition of the cybersecurity course at Lakeshore High School. This course has been in the work for preparation, investigation, preparation, and training for 3 years now. We're very excited that it continues our pathway to identifying learning opportunities that support our students and our graduates as 21st century learners, giving them opportunities not just to succeed at post-secondary, but preparation to enter the workforce.
So moved.
Support.
All right. Mr. Denzler with the motion and Ms. Munger supporting. Any comments or questions?
Standard question. Is this new course replacing any existing course?
It is not replacing. This is an addition to, but there's a couple of things about the course that are very interesting, including its pathway to AP courses. So we approved AP Computer Science Principles 2 years ago. this is the next step and actually prepare students in advanced study to either take the course or take the test if they want to. I know that our math and computer science teachers were very excited about it. It continues to offer flexibility in the Michigan Merit Curriculum because it is a CTE course. It can be a virtual and performing arts elective requirement. It can be second year of foreign language, and it can be senior math in addition to the CTE credits. So we continue to explore those ways that students that are CTE and career bound and also college bound, we have some offerings that one offering can really help with several different pathways.
I had a question. What was the grade level that you are?
10th through 12th grade. It was felt that the only prerequisite really would be sound knowledge of Algebra 1. And we know that 9th grade has a lot of requirements coming in, and especially with us moving to semesters, they don't have as many opportunities for credits. So by having it a 10th through 12th grade, we're assured that they've had the algebra class, which was really the only prerequisite that was recommended, and allows students to choose their pathways from there.
Michelle, you mentioned that we've been kind of preparing for this for 3 years. So have we had faculty that's taken on like professional development and training and certification? I'm just curious what that's looked like.
Yes, thank you, because I would like to recognize Mallory Boza-Miller and her 3 years of working on this. So this came, as most of you around the table know, she's our first robotics leader at the high school and has managed that team since its inception. The combination of that and her already being a CTE teacher in the county when they started pursuing what it would take to have cybersecurity classes offered, she was the one that fit the best and was most interested in it. So she was part of a first year exploration, and then she was part of after school and during the summer training that was coordinated through our CTE program at the county level in conjunction with, I believe, Oakland University. And then last year we potentially were going to pilot, and pandemic hit when we were thinking about those things. So we're excited that next year will be a pilot course offering.
Have we asked Mallory if she ever goes home? Does she
So I just recently talked to Mallory because, of course, she's a member of District Curriculum Council. So we had an hour and a half meeting together today, and she co-presented this to our District Curriculum Council, and something similar was said. Yes, Mallory is, well, all of our teachers really go above and beyond. It's hard to stick out from the greatness of all our teachers who do, and Mallory is one that she certainly gives a lot to the students at Lakeshore.
Sounds like a really cool opportunity.
All right. Is it looking to be one section, and how many students could enroll?
For the first year, they're assuming it would just be one, and so maybe 20 students first year, right? Getting the pilot going and looking at that. From there, it then will be similar to computer science principles. Interest dictates how much of the schedule is dedicated to it.
Okay. All right. If there's not further discussion, Ms. Munger.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mr. Colling.
Aye.
Mrs. Thomas August.
Aye.
Mrs. Munger, aye. Mr. Densler.
Aye.
And Mrs. Bartle.
Aye.
And Mrs. DeLong is absent.
All right. Agenda item 7F, Macomb Intermediate School District Budget Resolution, which is me. And board members all had an opportunity to pick up a copy of the budget. And if there's any question, I'm sorry, let's get a motion before questions. It's a motion to approve the MIS, oh my goodness, to approve the MISD operating budget as presented.
So move.
Support.
All right, Mr. Densler and Ms. Munger. Anybody with any questions or concerns about the budget?
Real page turner.
It is not necessarily the most exciting reading, but there is actually a lot of information in there if you're not familiar with some of the services and what the ISD does. So yeah, Josh, read it, all of it. All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Colling.
Aye.
Mr. Densler.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mrs. Bartle.
Aye.
Mrs. Munger, aye. And Mrs. Thomas August?
Aye.
And Mrs. DeLong is absent.
All right. Agenda item 7G is a resolution designating electoral representative for the June 7th, 2021 MISD biennial election. And there was actually a meeting prior to this board meeting at 7:30 to elect our designated people to attend and vote on behalf of Lakeshore Public Schools. At this point, what we need to do is make a motion on how we want them to cast the district's vote. And the two candidates are Sarah Beatty and Teresa Janae. Somebody like to make a motion for who you would like Lakeshore to support?
Is it 2 candidates for 1 seat?
It is. 2 candidates, 1 6-year term.
Send the support for Teresa.
Okay.
I'm not going to accept that.
How to phrase it.
All right, so a motion by Mr. Ziegler to vote for
Support.
Teresa Janae and supported by Mr. Colling. Okay.
She's not with.
All right. Anybody with any additional comments or questions? All right, Ms. Munger.
We'll make it easy. Mrs. Thomas August.
I'm going to abstain because she is my current employer.
Mr. Densler.
Aye.
Mr. Colling.
Aye.
Mrs. Bartle.
Aye.
Mr. Ziegler.
Aye.
Mrs. Munger, aye. And Mrs. DeLong is absent.
Okay. We are at board commentary, and it's good because I'm getting a little chilly, and the hair in the face is getting a little old. And I still see that there's actually a rain cloud coming at maybe about 9 p.m. So we're doing all right here. We're going to get out of here before the sun sets and the clouds come. All right, board member commentary. Let's just cycle through the table. Go ahead, Amy.
Do I have to unmute?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to say congratulations to the early college Macomb Shorians who graduated from Macomb Community College on May 7th. I think this is a great opportunity for students who are enrolled at Lakeshore to get their start in college. And June is going to be a month of celebrations. The kindergarten, Lakeshore's class of 2033, completed a year to remember. Well done to the students in grade 5 and grade 8 as they end their final year in elementary or middle school and move on to their next Lakeshore school. And of course, congratulations to all the graduates, whether it be from Northlake, the adult ed, or Lakeshore High School, class of 2021. And finally, next Monday, being Memorial Day, I just want to take a moment to recognize all the Shorians who have graduated from Lakeshore, who are serving away, and may they return home to Lakeshore safe and sound. That's it.
Sorry, take a second to unmute here. I certainly echo that. And I will also keep it short and sweet, not just because I'm a little chilly, but despite this beautiful venue, my allergies are acting up a little bit. So sorry to everyone who can kind of barely see our faces on here. Maybe the sun's coming out a little bit and you can. But I just want to echo everything that was shared, especially about our retirees. And Miss Emily Timms, who, Josh put it better than I could, but she was such a wonderful teacher and an even better leader, which is to say the kind of leader that she was for our union all those years. So just thank you to her for her service, and to Deborah, and thank you so much for joining us. It's so great to actually have people here who are celebrating. It's been a year since that's happened. So for you to be here and for our teachers of the year, unfortunately, of course, we didn't have our usual celebration at the MISD, but I hope you do feel celebrated and appreciated, because we certainly appreciate everything that you're doing, and all of our teachers for what they've done this year and all years for our students. So with that, I will of course give the plug for the Lakeshore Foundation golf outing on June 28th. Yes, Jack. Get with Jack for tickets. I think there's a brochure that's gone through email to everybody that Jack knows in the Lakeshore community and beyond. So please make sure that you reach out to him and come out to that great event, which will be another celebration that we unfortunately missed last year, and we'll be back bigger and better than ever. So thank you to everybody who tuned in, and I will pass it on to Ms. Munger.
Well, today was a great day of celebration for Lakeshore. There were 12 seniors that had their signing day. That was a well put on event by the athletic department. So thank you to Mr. Hartley and Mrs. Gill for that. We know, thank you for Mrs. Gill. I was going to quickly say everyone's names. At Adrian, Emma Herbon for softball, Aiden Houth for football, Sienna Heights, Taylor Shear for bowling, and Caleb Goodwin for wrestling. Saginaw State University, Hannah McIntyre for cheerleading, and DeShonda Sparks for cheerleading. Wayne State University, Madison Roberts for cheerleading. U of M, Kenneth Bauman for cheerleading. What an amazing thing that's going to be for him. Awesome for him to cheer at the big house. Lawrence Tech, and I get to say this and not Mrs. DeLong, so that's funny. Danielle DeCrute for bowling. And then Kalamazoo College, Nick Olmeda for basketball, and Andrew Munger for football. So hence my, not that you can see it on here, but hence my orange instead of my red as my normal day would be. It was a great celebration. We are certainly super excited for all 12 of those student athletes as they go forward. Shorian pride for sure. And that's it.
Alrighty, I'll be short and sweet because if I'm not, everyone makes fun of me. But thank you, Kurt, for laughing because it was really awkward that everyone was quiet. Yeah, very uncomfortable.
I'm still muted.
But I just want to end on a note of gratitude since this is our last meeting, right? This is our last meeting before graduation. Is that correct? Yeah, the next meeting's after graduation. And just take a moment to acknowledge the sheer volume of work and dedication and energy and sweat and probably panicked crying breakdowns and caffeine and just everything that has gone into making this year as successful as it could be. The pandemic hit all of us hard, but it hit education even harder. And our educators have already been hard hit. We've seen year after year of budgetary shortfalls. We've seen a profession that just doesn't ever seem to quite get the respect it deserves. And so just know that from my heart, and I'm certain from the heart of my colleagues up here that you have our respect and our gratitude always. There's not adequate words that I could put for the gratitude that I have and the impact. And I know, I've got a couple friends that are teachers and, attendance hasn't always been great. Student engagement, not having their cameras on, things have had their challenges, but I am convinced that every ounce of effort that our educators have put in has borne fruit, that it has made a difference for a student, even if we can't see it. I look back as a student in my experience, and there are teachers and educators and things that I went through that at the time, I don't think any of us knew were going to bear fruit into what they've become today. So just know that your efforts have made an incalculable impact. And that you have our deepest and sincerest gratitude. And I will just end this meeting with a call to please get vaccinated if you are able. The only way that we can throw these things away for good is if we reach the appropriate levels of vaccination. There's hundreds of years of vaccine and inoculation science talking about how safe and effective it is. So if you haven't done so, please consider talking to your healthcare provider and evaluating a vaccine for yourself and your family so we can return back to normal. And with that, that's all I have. Thank you. Have a good night, and we'll see you around graduation.
Well, I'll echo everybody's sentiments up here, my colleagues. They all pretty much said everything that we're thinking. Congratulations to the Teachers of the Year. I think Josh covered that pretty thoroughly. And to the retirees, Mr. Pop, Mrs. Timms, and Mrs. Winkle, thank you for all your years. You will be missed. just looking forward to graduation, and everything else has been pretty much covered. So go ahead.
All right. Yeah, coming at the end of the line, things really are covered usually by the time they get to Kurt and I. I will just add that, and you commented about the Memorial Day and Memorial Day Parade and honoring our students that are serving. Justin Shamby is actually going to be presenting with the Honor Guard at the Memorial Day Parade. So that's a really cool thing for his family. You know, he's a Lakeshore graduate. And so if you are able to be at the parade to honor our veterans, be sure to, you know, smile and wave at Justin as well. And, you know, all the talk about COVID and what it's meant for us and the changes and the, you know, the effort and the work and the whatever, hindsight, there's been a lot of commentary about getting back to normal. And I truly believe that we're not going to get back to normal. We're going to get back to better. This year has really pressed us to be innovative, to do all the things that we said we were, and we did. We just never had to do them to the extent that we've had to do that this year. That the creativity and the innovation and, you know, plain old hard work this year just pulled everybody to a higher level. And I'm so super proud of this district. And I do look forward to getting away from our COVID situation, but not to normal, to much better than we were before COVID. So thank you so very much. And with that, I am done. And we will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Support.
All right, Mr. Conling and Mr. Densler, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.